Hello and welcome back to game number 5 between Nice and Elazer. This is of course as planned, as you can see on screen. We are going to be in the 5th of this best of 5 series, which obviously means we can display the scores pretty much immediately because we know that at this point we're at 2 apiece. Now there's been some interesting games in the previous one, so of course if you haven't seen them I would recommend that you actually check them, because there was particularly game, I think it was number 3, where Elazer just simply GG'd out. I think it was too early. I had somebody who kind of understood why. I kind of understand why as well, but I just thought it was too early and there was still a good chance that he could come back and potentially have ended it there. But let's see how this one ends out. So obviously we've got ourselves a Zerg versus Protoss here. The Zerg Elazer starting off with a hatchery first, which is again nothing really special, quite a normal thing, but it's great to see that this is not a rush game, because I am not the biggest of fan. I'm not very shy to admit that I'm not a huge fan of rushed games. I do like when the game drags on for a little bit, at least about 12-13 minutes. That kind of gives you the most amount of enjoyment possible from the game, because you can experience different techs, different strategies and different movements that the players do, rather than just sit on, let's say, Zergling tech or Zergling Roach. I believe that's my personal, or that's my personal view, that having this extra bit of tech, this extra variation, makes a game absolutely special and different to what you typically see with a Zerg game. So let's see how this one plays out. A very long, drawn out intro there, but it looks like we got a cybernetics core coming out. We do of course have the Nexus coming out already, so Nice is preparing to build up his eco as well. I don't think that he's expecting any sort of rush, especially after seeing the timing of this hatchery. He knows that he's got time before Zerglings are going to make it to his base, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. So as you can see, it does look like Elazer is about to have his 100 gas, immediately throws down that speedling upgrade, and that is going to be ready very shortly after those Zerglings are going to be pretty much sitting outside of Nice's base. Now the Overlord is here, going to be able to spot everything. Doesn't look like a Stalker is the first choice here, so we might see a Stargate. There it is actually, so there we go. And let's see, he's going to take out... No, he continues with his production of Adept, so that means we're probably not going to see a Stalker to kill off the Overlord. Might see a Phoenix trying to take it out, just to kind of reduce the amount of scouting that can be done here. So we'll see if that is indeed going to be the case. It is going to be finished up any moment. And we do have Stargate technology on the way as well. Let's see what this Adept does. So as you can see here, just scouting out to see if Elazer has gone for a quick third base. Now, funny enough, Elazer has actually opted for this third base here. So we're going to see whether he scouts that one out. Now, he did move up here instead. Did not take his psionic shift, so he is of course going to spot the third expansion here. Going to see exactly what's going on. Now, do we have a Phoenix on the way? Yes, we do. There it is. Phoenix is going to start taking out the Overlord just to reduce that vision. So that's going to be, of course, very important in terms of hiding any sort of tech. Now, once this Overlord makes it over here, we are going to see that it is going to start spotting what's coming out of this Stargate. Now, if you zoom in close, as a player, you can, of course, see what is coming out of there. So he's going to know that there's going to be an Oracle on the way shortly. Now, he does have a bit of time before that pops out, and this is quite a standard time, a bit before minutes for that Oracle to come out. 3 minutes, of course, is the rush time where you immediately get the Oracle out, and as soon as he's ready, as you can see, one Spore Crawler. Gonna probably see a second one being popped down here, but then again, he does have 3 Queens at this point, so perhaps he mightn't even need it here, but usually for safety purposes, they do get the second Spore Crawler, and there it is right now. So we've got it right here. So the Oracle is moving down here. The Spore Crawler is already complete at this point, so as you can see, it is ready to defend just in case something comes up. Now, nothing here yet. Oh, actually looks like he might actually pick off one drone here, so at least that. And let's see what he will do with this Oracle. Let's just follow it a little bit. Does look like he needs to get out of here, so he's going to get his scouting done at least. Takes out 2 drones with it. And now the Phoenix is just going to be a little bit annoying. Going to be sitting around the outside of the base. Hopefully it doesn't get taken out here. That would be quite a shame. Let's see what these Zerglings are doing. Not a whole lot. Not going to be able to get past this Adept anyway. Good block there. and enough adepts to very easily clean that up. So 3 bases we've got ourselves. Looks like a 30's on the way for nice as well. So looks like Elazer is either going to need to punish this with the typical builds that we see, which he actually is appearing to be doing. About 11 drones on his on his third base, and rushing straight into those roaches, trying to get a timing push and basically destroy his opponent from there. He's got himself 3 gas, so he will be able to sustain the production of roaches with 3 bases. That should be enough. And looks like he's moving out, so let's see what he does. Oh, look, looks like he's actually going for the debris here. Now, destroying this debris is going to obviously slow him down quite a bit, but maybe he's just waiting for the roach speed as well as the additional roaches that are coming out. Now, the army supply is starting to amass very, very quickly here for Elazer. As you can see, he's continuously making roaches, not currently making any drones. So let's have a quick look at vision. He does see the pylon here, so he probably knows that that Nice is going for that extra base, and that is probably why he's throwing down so many roaches right now. And this is actually ridiculously dangerous. I mean, he's got double the army supply, and it doesn't look like Nice is doing a whole lot. He does have a Colossus on the way, so at least that. But right now he does have quite a lot of light units, which are not going to be that great versus this amount of roaches. And this is an absolutely massive army. As you can see here, he's actually splitting this up. This is a beautiful move here. So he's making it look like he doesn't have a whole lot of roaches, and then going to potentially see some Protoss units moving down here, and then there's going to be a big surround from this side. So this is absolutely huge, and he's easily going to deny his base. There's absolutely nothing that Nice can do, especially given the army supply numbers. I mean, we're at 39 to 86. That's more than double. Now, no bait actually worked here, so nothing actually moved over towards that third base. But instead, it looks like Elazer might just try to completely blow down this front door here. Now, not using the corrosive biles to free his units, but that is fine. It does look like he has quite a good number. Now there's a bit of a drop here, a few adepts. I don't think they're going to get a whole lot done. I think this engage here in the front is a lot more important considering the army sizes. So 68 to 38. The actual choke here for Nice really did work in his favor, but I think that the sheer numbers is just too much for him to handle right now. Now he is warping in a few extra units. Now these are zealots, which should be great right up the front, but they do need a bit of support from around the back, so it needs to make sure not to lose them for anything. 2 Colossi are up on the higher ground. I think they should be fine unless they get sniped. Oh, there's actually vision of them there. Looks like he did manage to lose one, and the push continues here for Elazer. 56 to 26 supply, and I think that this might be game over for game number 5. He's actually doing quite well to hold on here at the moment. I mean, 10 kills on this Colossus, as you can see, is losing a few workers. Now he is pulling drones off the middle line, and he's actually holding just barely, but he's holding for now. I don't think that he's in a great position, especially considering he just lost his the power on his robotics facility. But he does have enough to hold on. This is actually one of the best holds that I've seen in a long time. The only deficit that he has right now, or biggest challenge he's going to have now, is to resecure his income, which is going to be a bit problematic. He's down 1.5 bases. This one did get a little bit of damage. This one is kind of starting to mine out soon. So as long as the Elazer can actually keep him inside his base, I think he should be in a fantastic position to take this game number 5 in his direction. Now, taking out this Nexus, I think this was going to happen anyways. There wasn't a whole lot that Nice was able to do to defend that one. Because if he left his base, the moment he would just get sniped given the number of units that Elazer has. But I think that Elazer recognizes his advantage. I think that if he would have waited a little bit, or at least made more Ravagers to actually destroy the front buildings, he would have had this fight won a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but more like he would have had it a bit easier, because the Colossus in the back, just nuking units for free, they did do a ridiculous amount of damage. So let's have a quick look at the kills. 11 on one Colossus, 3 on the other one. Not a huge lot there, but it does add up. I mean, taking out 11 units on one Colossus, and considering they're not the cheapest of units, they're roaches, not Zerglings, so quite a number of kills there. Now it looks like Elazer's actually going for burrow tech, so that is very, very interesting. Tunneling claws, of course, allow your roaches to move underground. So if they burrow, which is also being researched, it allows them to move. Now, if your opponent does not have observers, which he does not, or cannons, of course, for Protoss, he will literally be able to get right under his units and just pop on out, and assuming he's going to maintain the army supply lead, just completely destroy them at that point. Because of course, if the Colossi are not that far behind, they're not going to be that safe against these units. Now, level 1 upgrades is about halfway complete at this point. Looks like 5 Ravagers are being made here as well. Now, these are going to be important for trying to snipe. Oh, this Colossus could have really been caught out of position there. That would have been quite dangerous for Nice. And I'm really impressed by how little of an army Nice is currently holding to... you know, he's not actually thinking about throwing all of his resources into income. He's actually expanding and building his economy for now. Now, this is a lot of trouble for Nice. He's gotten himself a lot of roaches inside of his main base, but in the meantime, thinking that he can take on his opponent's base. So 61 to 130 army supply. It looks like we have a base race situation going down here. The roaches, of course, are moving to the next base, gonna probably take out the income from there, and this base has already been shut down. Now, at this point, Elazer is actually continuously throwing down more and more units, and I'm wondering, what is he gonna do here? I think that he might just try to wait until these units kind of sit around the middle here, and then just ambush them from both sides. That would probably be the smartest move, because he does not want to engage in a very tight choke. Now, at this point, Nice's base is pretty much destroyed. He's got only 7 probes, so he has to do something with this army, otherwise it would be over. Now, as you can see, Tunneling Claws are making great use here to escape those force fields. And I wonder, does Nice recognize the situation that he's in right now? He's actually quite literally got 0 workers at this point. 56 army supply. So I think that as soon as this army is whittled down, unless of course he pulls off some amazing fight here, I think at that point it's going to be pretty much game over. And Elazer has so many army units that he doesn't even need to worry too much about reinforcing his main army. And oh, Corrosive Bile is not quite hitting anything, and he is moving straight in there. I think this is game over right here. Colossi Micro is being used here as well with the War Prison, and that's pretty much it there. So game is over in favor of Elazer. That's game number 5, and Elazer is moving on to the round of 8. That was an absolutely epic ending, and I have to commend, just returning to the game there for a sec, I have to commend Nice for the hold that he did here. I thought that was over at that point already, because the army supply was massively favoring Elazer. He had more than double the army supply, but just given the fact that he managed to hold his Colossi so far back and safe and preventing them from getting destroyed, it really did go in his favor there. So very well done to Nice, at least for the effort in this game. Unfortunately, he does get knocked out at this round of 16 game, and that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys in the next series.